Hello everyone and welcome to episode 11 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channels. We have a modern day UFC save to see what would happen if, as far as if COVID didn't happen, but also, now that we have something of big importance happening between episodes 10 and 11, as for the previous fight that we had just saw, the previous event, Francis Ngannou has tested positive for PEDs after the Ngannou Rosenstrike card. Boy, does that put a fucking damper in the plans for the heavyweight title. Of course, for Francis, he's going to be out for a year, and now that Jair Rosenstrike fight no longer is a win for him in the first round. It is now a no contest as for him. So, this was mainly built up to he was going to take on potentially the winner of either Stipe DC, or he was going to wait until getting a title fight after we do John Jones versus the winner of Stipe and DC3. So, as far as now with that out of the way, because, yeah, obviously now he's going to be out for a year. He'll come back to fight, assuming who's either the number one contender or the guy just before the number one contender in a year from now. So, that sucks as far as he's going to be out for so long. Going to miss out on a title fight. We're basically going to have no Ngannou fight for a year, which just kicks us right in the dick. As for this, actually, yeah, it's not this card. Actually, it's the card that's coming up that's going to be happening in Oregon. We're going to have Ed Herman take on OSP. But Ed Herman has chronic upper back pain. Roman wants this fight, as far as Roman Dolidze, as he is taking on OSP instead now at that card, which is a great opportunity for him. First of all, that fight is pretty crazy because the odds of that fight are pretty stacked in OSP's favor, as obviously a man that was as far as a bit of a namesake, kind of in the mid-2010s of the light heavyweight division now, obviously towards the tail end of his career, but is still getting some wins throughout his time. It's kind of crazy. I think he's knocked out Corey Anderson, as far as beat Tyson Pedro, Marcos Rogerio de Lima as well, got a win over him back in April of 2017. It's kind of a while ago, but still, as far as that's a big win. As far, especially now, looking at where Marcos Rogerio de Lima is at in real life, obviously just got fucking knocked out by a flying knee from Francis Ngannou, from Derek Lewis. He didn't get absolutely knocked out from that. It was a TKO afterwards, but still crazy in the first thing he threw in the fight for Derek Lewis being a flying knee. Unreal. But yeah, I mean, this is a big opportunity for Roman, first of all, because that is just he is, I want to say, a plus 600 or plus 700 underdog. It's a big-time fight. We'll see how that plays out, though, when that episode comes around, because I believe that is after the Ferguson-Khabib card. It is. And, yeah, we'll just take a look at that, because we had to give OSP a little bit more money to take this fight. He's plus 920 right now, which, whew, yeah, 6-0. He wanted this fight so badly, he's going to take a quick camp to do it as well. Fuck it, type of thing. As far as if you're somebody that wants that fight so bad, we'll give it to you. Especially on a short notice like that. So, we'll see how that plays out, though, for him. As for the Anthony Smith Glover Teixeria card, big-time card here, because obviously the winner of this, we could give them John Jones. We probably won't, though. We'll probably have John vacate the belt after, assumingly, if he does in fact win it all and beat the winner of DC and Stipe's fight. But basically, this is either number one contendership or the guy who's going to take on the next contender for the vacated title. But yeah, Anthony Smith, Glover Teixeira, hell of a main event there. Diego Sanchez now fighting on this card. He was supposed to fight on the New Mexico card, but of course was injured, had to push the fight back. Well, actually, I don't think he was injured. I believe the guy he was facing got injured. So we end up pushing that back. Drew Dober And Bobby Green, though, that's a fun-ass fight. And Chaos Williams making his debut in the save. taking on Abdul Razak Alassane. And then Dmitry Zanovitsky taking on Todd Duffy in his return here in the save. As far as, of course, Todd Duffy, a guy that looked like had the tools to be a big-time heavyweight and just kind of never could stay healthy, unfortunately for him. But yeah, 9-3-1 at 34 years old, didn't have a lot of fights under his record. As far as, and also had a falling out with Dana, which that had to hit him as far as leave the UFC. As far as, we don't see, the Mike Russo comeback was crazy, because he was up the 2-0 going into that third round and got caught. That was a crazy-ass comeback. But yeah, then the Frank Mir loss, big-time tough. But yeah, his first fight in 5 years? 6 years? Big-time comeback for him. To open up the show, too, on this fight night card. As far as, it's a big-time test for sure for Dimitri there. As far as the prelims, Gabriel Benitez taking on Juan Yang. That's a 145 fight. D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez, making his debut in the save. Of course, obviously, D-Rod turns into quite the fight. I mean, we've had, in real life, Daniel Rodriguez, Chaos Williams, like, these guys become, as far as they climb up the rankings very, very fast in real life here. We'll see how they do here in the save. But as far as that's going to be a fun fight at 170. And then Diana Belbita taking on Rachel Ostovich. As far as Rachel Ostovich is, quite a looker. I'll be honest there. As far as fighting, maybe not so much her skill set as that she kind of dropped that once the pandemic hit. But, which would, as far as, listen, I don't blame her. But we'll see how she does. 125. It's a big fight for her. That is a big fight for her. And we'll see how she does in the save. We might not see her a whole lot, but we're definitely going to enjoy it when we do get to see her. As Justin Ledet taking on Sergey Spivak. Sergey Spivak, as far as he's another guy that ends up turning into having a really good career in real life. So we'll see how he does here in the save. And then Jamal Hill, of course, becomes a fucking light heavyweight champion. Starting off the prelim, taking on Marcin Brachino as, Jamal Hill, I believe he's 6-0 starting off. Yeah, so we'll get to see potentially his entire rise into the light heavyweight division. Obviously, the size for at 6'4", it's got some size on him for definitely being a light heavyweight as well. Definitely someone to watch out for in the future. We'll see how he does, though. We thought, as far as we saw, another future man, and as far as Tom Aspinall losing his debut fight in the prelim, so we'll see. As far as maybe something will go a little bit his way here. But yeah, Bobby King Green, of course, just saw in real life beating Tony Ferguson. Looking to see what he could do. And yeah, just as far as Diego Sanchez, lost to Michael Chiesa at 239. I believe that was his last fight here. But as far as for Anthony Lionheart Smith, Glover Teixeira, our main event, big time fight here. As far as Anthony Smith, this was a bit of a turning point for him because everyone kind of assumed he was going to beat Glover here. And as far as, of course, he didn't, unfortunately for him, because that was kind of this was his fight to get into a title fight. And maybe a rematch with John, or, as far as, obviously, would take on the winner of, as far as getting a future title fight for whoever was the vacated champion. But, it's hard to believe, as far as, Diego Santos, as well as his last loss going into the fight with John, as well, as far as his last two fights. So that's his only losses, but as far as beat a veteran Rashad Evans and a veteran Shogun Rua, not really the biggest of win, but the Volkan Ozdemir win was pretty big, though. That's probably his biggest win. Probably to date, to be honest, when you kind of look at some of these names, because, like, Gustafson's now retired, Shogun's retired, same thing with Rashad Evans, and Hector Lombard's basically retired. So really not his resume is not really the strongest, but a win here over Glover Teixeira would be massive. But of course we cannot not back Glover Teixeira. Obviously becomes, I believe he does become the oldest light heavyweight champion. So I want to say Randy was older as a heavyweight champion, but I believe he becomes, obviously the oldest light heavyweight champion when it beats Jan Blachowicz. But as far as, he's on a good little win streak, though. 3-fight win streak. Sure, he lost to Corey Anderson in his last fight, and he lost to Gustafson. listen, there's not a lot of... Glover Teixeira's taken some beatings in his day, but Anthony Johnson's shot in the beginning of that fight is still the craziest thing I've ever seen. There's not a lot of guys that can knock out Glover Teixeira, knock him out cold, especially in the first minute of... Not even the first minute, the first 15 seconds of the fight. But another guy who... It's kind of crazy as far as he's... I mean, just the resume, of course. First ever UFC fight was 2012. And a man that became a light heavyweight champion in a completely new decade. Just wild. Wild. Who doesn't love Glover Teixeira? I mean, he's the goddamn man. And as far as... It was... it's just crazy to think he not only beats Jan Blachowicz, but then has the incredible fight with Yuri Prochazka. I'm hoping we could have that fight here, because that would... I mean, that fight... If I were to show somebody who's never seen mixed martial arts, like, what a UFC fight would look like and kind of the peak of its powers, that's probably a fight I would show, honestly, because that had everything. Great grappling, great striking, great ground game, had everything. Everything for it. Had some, a great comeback, had exciting moments, pretty much throughout the entire fight. It was just awesome. It was awesome to see. But this is a fun-ass main event. Anthony Smith's the favorite, which makes sense, but I cannot not back Glover Teixeira. I just can't. Can't do it. But yeah, Claudio Enrique da Silva taking on Diego the Nightmare Sanchez. This is a bit of a gimme for Diego Sanchez, a guy that was lined up to fight at the New Mexico card. That fight gets scrapped. Gets this fight here. I think a relatively short notice. I mean, he was able to, I think, have a full camp for this one, but obviously, man, was that the fucking tough one. As far as the winner of tough one has been here since 2005. And was definitely, I mean, I would say he's a Hall of Famer for sure. As far as, it's kind of crazy, the Mickey Gall fight. I thought for sure he was going to lose that fight and end up winning that one. Just crazy. He's beating Jim Miller, beating Takanori Gomi, Ross Pearson, Martin Kaplan, Clay Guida, Joe Stevenson. Obviously, those were kind of towards his prime, but it's kind of crazy, though. He fought Ali Quinta. The Matt Brown fight was crazy. Of course, those two bring it every time, but the Chiesa fight, I'm surprised it went the distance, to be honest. I thought for sure the way Chiesa was kind of rising, he was going to finish him, but that was not the case. Yeah, his first fight, 2020. I mean, we'll see what the veteran can do. He's going to be a tough cookie to crack for sure. But as far as Claudio, he is up there, though, in age of 37. He is 14-1 and 5-0 in the UFC. He hasn't lost yet, but this is definitely his biggest fight yet. He's beaten Danny Roberts, beaten Leon Edwards, which is kind of crazy to think about, obviously, being a former, not really a former, but a future welterweight champion. I don't think it's going to happen here in the safe, but obviously in real life, that is the case. But this is a big-time fight for him. He gets a big name, and Diego Sanchez gets a rank, too. I think Diego's ranked. Oh, he's not ranked. Never mind. Well, still, though, as far as, that's a big fight at 170, for sure. This is huge. Absolutely huge for him. And, as far as he is the big favorite, but I would not count out Claudio Enrique da Silva, though. He's a problem, for sure. Diego probably has better stand-up skills. He also he might have better ground game as well. It's tough, though, because Claudio, I wouldn't say he has an advantage as far as he doesn't have a lot of fights under his belt, but I would say he's not taking as much damage as Diego Sanchez has taken over his career. So maybe the fresher fighter of the two, though. So maybe that give him a slight advantage. But yeah, Drew Dober, Bobby King Green, it's crazy to think kind of how Bobby's career turns out, too, because he becomes one of the top lightweights in the fucking world. At this point, he's not even ranked here. His style of being Hood. What an awesome graphic that was, kind of in the early on in his career. Just that was his fight style. But yeah, I mean, hard to believe. He went on a stint of just not getting any wins. Completely turns that around here in this decade. Someone that looked like was going to get cut into this decade. And completely turns that around. Ends up, as far as taking on some crazy fights. Crazy thing he took on Islam. On very, very short notice, which obviously he got destroyed in that fight. But, yeah, I mean, the fact he took that fight on like 3 days' notice was pretty crazy. But, yeah, just beat Ferguson. Beat Rafael Viziev. That was a tough-ass fight, too, for him. That was a good fight, too. I mean, obviously, Bobby Green, his style is so kind of hard to replicate in this, as far as in this save, because he's so unorthodox, as far as he does not keep his hands up. He can throw his jab from basically his hip and can land it with a pretty great precision. It's actually kind of crazy how effective he is. You know, obviously the Ferguson fight, he was like, I think 70% all significant strikes at one point. I think he finished with around 65 to 70. I will say the eye poke in the first probably changed the entire fight, but I'm still a little salty that my boy Tony Ferguson couldn't have a better showing, but I mean, he probably would have still lost that fight, but I mean, it's kind of, he did knock him down, and right after the knockdown, the eye poke happened, and that eye poke, I think Dean Thomas was correct. I think a lot of guys, I think Rogan and DC and John were talking about it on commentary. Potentially, I would like to maybe see a point deduction for a significant eye poke like that, because sure, you could have gave him all 5 minutes. He kind of rushed back in there. He only took 2 minutes out of the 5, but even then, I mean, that eye poke, it's a significant disadvantage. I mean, you're down an eye. It blurs your vision, and you're fucked. But for Drew Dober, as far as we talked about Bobby Green, to at least look on the other side of the coin here, he had a great win at the start of the save, very first fight, or not the very first fight, the very first card, with a TKO win over Nasrat. This is a big fight for him. Big fight. I mean, this is a great fight for both guys. They could definitely use a win, definitely more Bobby Green, more so than anything, but this is going to be a good fight. That's a fun, that might be the fight of the night, actually. We'll see how that goes, as Judo Thunder, Abdul Razak Hassan taking on Chaos, the Ox Fighter Williams. Big time betting favorite for Chaos Williams. First of all, Chaos Williams rules. I'm assuming his skills are going to be pretty elite. I'm surprised he's ranked, first of all, since he hasn't had a fight yet in the UFC at this point. But yeah, 6-foot welterweight. Very, very high striking power. I'm glad to see that. Yeah, he's got the attributes that kind of pretty much make sense for what he is. Yeah, that's pretty on brand for what he is. He is a man that has dynamite fucking power in his hands and can knock you out in an instant. But as far as this is a big time fight, though. I mean, Abdul is 10-1, 4-1 in the UFC. He's not a slouch at all. As far as that's crazy, they had the fight twice. Wonder why that was in December then in January. Such a quick turnaround. I wonder what the hell happened there. Huh. Weird. But yeah, I mean, obviously 2 wins over the same guy, though, so maybe as far as... But a lot of first-round finishes. You see there, all first-round finishes in his wins. Definitely has the power to make things happen. That's going to be an exciting welterweight fight for sure. I don't think that one's getting past the first. We'll see, though. It's Dimitri, Wicked Machine Szynski taking on the Irish Car Bomb, Todd Duffy. Hard to believe he has not won since December of 2014. Obviously hasn't had a fight in a long-ass time. He's still the big favorite to win this one, though, which is crazy. For Dimitri as well, he has not won. Even though he's 11-0, he hasn't had a fight since March of 2018. This is a big-time fight for both guys, though. For Dimitri, gets a win over a big-time veteran, and Todd Duffy, who's fought a lot of tough guys. And obviously, for Todd Duffy, he's still at 34. Obviously, the heavyweight division, you can have somebody be 34, 35, 36, and kind of make a climb. We'll see, though. He's got a great wrestling background, but he does have some power. As this is a big-time fight, though. It's crazy. He fought Frank fucking Mir, and now fighting here in 2020. That's gonna be a good fight, though. I think for both guys, they stylistically, I think they match up pretty well. A Stombo guy to take on Todd Duffy. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good fight, especially to start off the fight night here. As Gabriel Benitez taking on Guan Yang, as Guan Yang hasn't won since November of 2017. I'm sure that's his last fight, but a Sonata fight style from China. As that is his only. Oh wow, he beat Alexis Caceres as Alex Caceres rather. I don't know why I said Alexis Caceres, but Alex Caceres by split decision as well. As far as Bruce Leroy, that's a big win. Fucking Kevin Gastelum and Michael Bisping, that card back in 2017. But yeah, he's back now for this fight here. Featherweight division, as far as obviously that featherweight division stacked. 34 years old, though. Not time is not on his side. But Gabriel Benitez, 21-7. A lot of fights under his belt. 4-3 in the UFC. He's had a lot of UFC fights as well. As far as he just fought Sodiq Yusuff, which Sodiq Yusuff, that's a tough guy. That's a very, very tough guy to take on. I don't know how that was a unanimous decision. Something must have happened there. Something must have got fucked there. Oh, I failed to make weight. That must have been... Huh. Well, shit. What the hell happened there? As I wonder if they just didn't have the fight because he just missed weight, or what? Because something must have happened. Or he missed weight, and then he got knocked out in the first. Must have been what happened. Or was finished in the first. That's just fucking weird. But yeah, hopefully he makes weight here. Well, actually, he did make weight. We already know that. But yeah, Benitez, big favorite, though. I wouldn't sleep on Wan Yang, though. I think he's got the skills to beat him. Daniel D. Rodriguez taking on Alberto, the Soldier of God. Listen, there's only one Soldier of God I know, and that's Yoel Romero. Mina, rather. Alberto Mina is taking on a rising debut, and Daniel Rodriguez obviously know what D-Rod can do in real life here, but we'll see what he does here in the save. We didn't get to sign him on an exclusive deal, actually. Funny enough, he's still a part of LFA, but we're hoping we can sign him. As far as he just beat Cody McKenzie at a regional local show back in February, so pretty quick turnaround for him, but yeah, I mean, yeah, D-Rod obviously becomes a pretty top flight welterweight. I mean, obviously you had the Ian Gary fight, which, as far as the head kick in the second, caught him, and that was pretty much it for him, as for that fight, as far as, yeah, that's a tough draw as far as getting caught with that head kick. But Alberto Mina, rather, as a great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu prospect, as far as it's kind of crazy. He's mainly based out of London for shoot fighters, but as far as, this is a big-time fight for him. At 37 years old, lost in his most previous bout back in May of 2018, but he beat Mike Pyle, beat Sexyama, too. He's got some big wins, but D-Rod is a savage, though. That's a tough fight. That's a tough fight for Daniel Rodriguez. I don't know why he's such a heavy favorite. Wouldn't be surprised if Alberto Mina gets the win there and is to stop Daniel Rodriguez's debut. As the Warrior Princess, Diana Belbita, taking on Rachel Ostovich as Belbita, though 7-inch reach advantage. Both haven't won in a while, though, as far as December 2017 for Ostovich and 2016, October 2016 for Belbita. But Ostovich is the big favorite still, even giving up all that reach advantage. I just don't know about that one. As far as the Honolulu, Hawaii native, 4-5, losing record here in the UFC. Yeah, the Paige Van Zandt fight, that was definitely a one where people were probably tuning in just to see those two, just from a appearance standpoint. But, yeah, I mean, I think Van Zandt was definitely the better fighter, so I was kind of no surprise. They actually did have a pretty fantastic fight, though, from what I remember. But yeah, Ostovich, she can make it 5-5 here, or she'll be 1-3 and probably get the boot, to be honest. We'll probably send her down to Invicta if she ends up losing here. But yeah, the Warrior Princess, Diana Belbita, we saw in real life here, as far as she fought on the Fight Night card that was in Canada. She got a win. As far as, I don't know what her record was going into that fight, but she lost her debut against Molly McCann, which, tough break there. I mean, Molly McCann thought was going to be a bit of a rise in the flyweight division. It's funny, obviously, here in the save, they set her height to 6 feet tall. As, obviously, she is not 6 feet tall, so we quickly had to fix that. But, yeah, Diana Belbita, this is a big-time fight for her. I think this to get a win like that over Ostovich, get her first win in the UFC, and get her on the right track. I think she can definitely do it. And then Justin Ledet taking on Sergey, the Polar Bear. Spivak has Sergey Spivak, Polar Bear, 6'3", Ukrainian, heavyweight, Sambo background. He's a fucking menace out there. Got the Polar Bear fucking tattoo. Him and Tuivasa had a battle for sure. He lost to Walt Harris, which that's a tough debut as well, to take on Walt Harris. She got finished in the first 50 seconds, but that happens though. When those heavyweights get to rocking very, very quickly. But Justin Ledet hasn't won in a hot minute since September of 2017. He's a pro boxer prior to his MMA career. As far as he's got flashes of Nick Diaz with this kind of heavyweight, it punches and bunches type of thing. It's tough, though, because, first of all, giving him Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker's a savage. That's a tough-ass fight. And then the Alexander Rajic fight as well. Looks like he's just now making his way up to heavyweight after having some light heavyweight fights. That's probably for the best. Probably for the best. Because I think light heavyweight, give him, even though he's 6'4", and a lot of light heavyweights are that size, I think him at heavyweight makes a little bit more sense. We'll see, though. That's a tough-ass fight, too. Very, very tough. Boy, that's a close one to call. I mean, Sergey being the favorite, that makes sense, but I wouldn't count out Justin Levitt. And obviously making his debut as well, Jamal Hill. A lot of guys making their debuts on this fight night card that turn out to be some absolute savages. We'll see if that is the case here in this save. But, I mean, Marcin Pacino has a tough-ass fight in front of him. Guy who's lost in both of his first two UFC fights. Lost to Sam Alvey. Lost to Makhmed as well, both with knockouts in the first round. If he gets knocked out here in the first round as well, he'll probably be sent down somewhere. I will probably not re-sign him, probably. I don't think we have another place to send him, so we'll probably just not re-sign him. But yeah, Jamal Hill, 6-0. A 6'4" light heavyweight, which obviously for that size, you're going to be a bit of a savage at light heavyweight. And he's got the skills. We definitely see the skills that he becomes just a skyrocketed out of nowhere light heavyweight champion, though. And I mean, this is a big opportunity for him. Big opportunity to start off his UFC career with a win. He is the I'd say mild favorite, minus 310. Both guys with no team, though. Karate background for the Poland native. But yeah, I just don't see it. Just don't see him pulling off this victory. You never know, though. You never know. As Mario Yamasaki's referee, cage side judges, we are underway. They touch gloves. Stand and trade strikes. Neither fighter can really land anything damaging, though. They come together and strike. Misses the roundhouse kick and gets kind of a nice left hand. As actually a nice, great counter left hand from Marcin, rather. That's, never mind. I thought that was Jamal Hill that was on the counter. Now he's acknowledging some instructions from his corner. Neither fighter can land a significant strike here. Right hand's blocked. Still, both guys are kind of tick for tat here. There's a right cross. Oh, there's a superb head kick after the jab. Oh, it's an eye poke. How about that? We get an eye poke from Jamal Hill. Well, shit, he probably saved himself after the head kick. As the fight begins, he misses the right hook, gets countered with a head kick that's only a glancing blow, though. I can't believe we got a fucking eye poke, though. Off target with a jab, hits a spin kick, there's a jab and a right cross. There's a large gash, though, on the forehead of Jamal Hill as the blood's trickling down to his eyes. Man, as far as Marcin Pacino is fucking rocking him. He's got him in the first, potentially. Knocks him down with the big right hand. Could he finish the fight here? He's landing several clean shots. Somehow has a great composure and sweeps him. Holy shit, and he comes out on top. Minute left in the first. Gets the half guard. That's the end of the round. Well, Jamal Hill, I mean, he survived the onslaught, but definitely lost the round. The only really positive thing he had going for him was the fucking eye poke. But yeah, he's got to stop the cut now. Got to try to stop the bleeding. As we'll see what happens here to start off the second. Exchange of strikes in the center of the cage. Nothing really comes of it. Pacino misses the right hook. Doesn't find the mark on his left hook. Does Hill. He's already slowing down. That's not a good sign. Lands a leg kick, though. As, man, I mean, some great stand-up striking from Pacino as he misses the right jab. Glancing blow with a high kick. Fails on the leg kick. Both guys kind of slow down a little bit. Here comes a right kick to the body from Jamal Hill off the counter. Spin kick to the body from Pacino. Another right kick to the body from Hill. Doing pretty good. Hill scores a stinging left high kick. Only rocks him here in the second. For another left head kick, but he blocks most of it with his arms. Oh, and there's a fucking head kick that lands hard. Looking to finish the fight here in the second now. Heavy shot after heavy shot. What a comeback and what a win in his debut for Jamal Hill. Tough break from Marcin Pacino. I thought he had him. Thought he had him in the first. What a debut, though. What a first fight. What a fight, though. That was a hell of a comeback for Jamal Hill. Man, that was awesome. That's a hell of a way to start off the card. Gives a name check to all of his sponsors. Thanks to all of his fans for trying to support him. Says that being in such a fantastic fight gives him a huge rush. Yeah, I'm glad they both could get a win and entertain the fucking crowd there to start off the show. Justin Ledet, El Blancho, taking on Sergey the Polar Bear Spivak. This is going to be this has a chance to be an all-time card, to be honest. There's a lot of talented fucking dudes on this card. So, yeah, boxing versus Sambo. Both guys have a fight camp. Relatively same size, 6'4", 6'3", 238, 234. Slight underdog is Justin Ledet, but I don't see this one making it out of the first. Herb Dean's a referee. Cage that judges there. Here we go. As Ledet ignores the offer to touch of gloves. Now I hope Sergey Spivak nails him. As there's a left jab, misses the attempted shot to the body. 2 jabs to the right hand, though, from Spivak. There's a left hand now. A clean left hand from Ledet now. Both guys going southpaw, though. Doing like that. There's a low kick. A nice jab and a clean right hand from Ledet. Counters the right hand with a pair of chops followed by a right cross. You don't really want to outbox him. I don't think that's a smart strategy for Spivak. I thought he was going to be able to clinch up with him, but so far they've been standing and trading strikes. There's a left hook, 2 quick punch combination, a quick left and a straight right from Spivak. Another left hand from Spivak, or another left hand from Levitt, rather, but Spivak with a good jab and a right hook. He's doing a good job with these combinations, where as far as Ledet's just kind of hitting his left jab. There's a jab and a missing the right hand, and now Spivak again with that left hand. That's the end of the first. Pretty good boxing display, though, from Justin Ledet. That's no surprise. Very, very close round, though. Spivak did a little bit more, though. Probably won the round. It's pretty close, though. I think Ledet doing a really, really good job, though, with these counters. And now he's starting off with a jab. Misses, though. Oh, and a big right head kicks wide of the mark after the left hand. There's a left hook from Ledet. There's a quick kick to the lead leg from Spivak. Now Ledet's starting to slow down in the second. 2 quick punch combination. A quick left and a straight right from Ledet. Nice leg kick, though. Lights his opponent up with a 1-2. Then the leg kick, too, man. Another great leg kick. Great right hook, though, from Ledet as well. Now Spivak's starting to slow down. Misses the jab, connects with the right hand, though. And Ledet hits the left jab, but doesn't have the reach to land the hook to the body. So far, we haven't seen a lot of body shots. We've seen Spivak do a good job with these leg kicks, though, especially with these hooks as well. I think he's definitely won this round as well here. So, as far as so far, obviously, we're now at the halfway point in the round. Something might change, but yeah, the leg kicks would definitely show a big effect now. Big right hand misses. Here comes a counter with a jab and a right cross that just misses. Now Spivak, though, pressuring Ledet, who's doing a good job, though, with these counter left hands still. And Spivak hits the jab. The right hook's blocked. There's a clean right hand from Ledet. There's missing left jab. It hits another leg kick. There's a nice right hook from Ledet. Hits the jab. It's the right cross that's blocked. Or finds the right cross, rather, that's blocked. And now there's a jab and misses the big right hand. Yeah, Ledet's barely able to walk. Probably he's going to have trouble trying to get to the stool here at the end of the round. Yeah, this is probably Spivak's fight to win. Or it's his fight to lose, rather. He's up, I would say, 2018 going into the final round. We'll see. Yeah, Spivak lands a left jab. The right hand's absorbed on the gloves. There's a 3-punch combination from Ledet, though. Ends with a right cross. He's doing a good job. It's just those leg kicks have been the game changer for him. As Ledet with the left jab and a nice right hook. He's doing a good job, though. He's trying to go for broke here in the final round. Another leg kick. There's a jab and a right hand from Ledet. And here comes a counter from Ledet. It's a jab and a right cross. Both guys are pretty much spent at this rate. Jab and a kick to the leg. There's a left hand to the body, rather, from Ledet. Misses the jab, hits the left roundhouse kick to the body, though. I just think Sergey was just a little bit more well-rounded for him. Ledet's boxing was great, but he couldn't do anything after those leg kicks. Couldn't check him or anything. There's another leg kick after the jab is off target. There's a great right hook, though. Barely able to walk, thanks to these leg kicks, though, as Ledet misses the right hook after landing the jab. Scores with a jab to Spivak and doesn't land on the right hook or the right hand, rather, excuse me. Now they're going to the clinch. Spivak looking for the suplex. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go for this a lot sooner, because he definitely has the ground skills and has the better clinch. Now looking for, gain side control. Yeah, he probably should have done that the entire time, but hey, glad he stood up and was able to stand with him for 15 minutes. That was actually a really good fight. I think I have it to Ledet. That's interesting. We'll see. Yeah, 29-28 Ledet. Wow. From Ricardo Almeida. 29-28 Spivak. 30-27 Spivak. Yeah, I think that's actually the right call. That was probably that's a weird that was a split decision. But yeah. I mean, he did land a lot of jabs. He did a really, really good job. Just those leg kicks, man. Did too much damage for him. I just don't know why Spivak wanted to stand up with him, because that was such an easy fight for him in reality, but fair fucks to him. Fair fucks to him. He won. It gives a name check to all of his sponsors, thanks all of his fans who turn up to support him, invites everyone to a post-show winners party at a local club. Way to go, Sergey. As the Warrior Princess, Diana Belbita taking on Rachel Ostovich, as Ostovich looking to at least make it 500 on her record. It's crazy that Diana Belbita, though, is the underdog. I just don't see it. I just think she's a little bit more talented, got the size advantage. We'll see. Herb Dean's a referee, though. Cage side judges there. Fight begins. They touch gloves. Belbita forces exchange of strikes. There's a jab in exchange from Ostovich. Jab is wide. Lands the right hand, though. Does Belbita. Counter jab that misses from Ostovich. Jab is wide from Belbita. Then she catches her with a crunching right hook. Yeah, just the strike exchange. So far, Belbita has been world class so far compared to Ostovich. There's a left hand, a beauty of a straight right. As Ostovich misses the right hook, here comes a counter. It's a jab, but the right hook's ducked. Toe-to-toe strikes. Force strike exchange. There's a jab that misses. Belbita feints one way. Goes the other way now, throwing off balance. Does Belbita. Now she's badly left exposed. Jab lands nothing but air on the big right. Trying to counter is Ostovich, but I don't think she's got it. It's too long of a reach. She's really found her mark, though, and there's a jab and a right hook. She's pushing the fight. Ostovich with a left hand. There's a stunning right hook again from Belbita. Knocks her down. Looking to finish the fight here in the first. Looks like she will. Yes, Herb Dean pulls her off. That's an easy plus 400 underdog win, though. I mean, the size advantage. Well, just the sheer size. The game plan was to perfection. What a win for Diana Belbita, as the Warrior Princess wins that one, and making that 12-5. Belbita, though, thanks all of her sponsors for backing her. Also thanks our family, friends, and supporters. Being a heavy underdog, though, helped motivate her during the training, and she's delighted to have caused such an upset and proved the bookies wrong. The bookies just got that plain fucking wrong. I mean, I just did not see that at all. It's D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez, looking to beat Alberto, the Soldier of God, Mena, as Alberto Mena looking to stop the rising Daniel Rodriguez. As, this is going to be a fun fight, though. Daniel Rodriguez brings it. As far as Alberto Mena, 37 years old, though, but 13-1 record. Judo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background. Mario Masaki's referee for this one. Cage side judges as Ricardo Almeida, again, being a judge for this one. We'll see if he fucks this up as well. And attacking with quick flurry there. There's Rodriguez with 3 punches on the right, roundhouse kick to the body. Yeah, Rodriguez, he's a pretty good boxer, so I'm not surprised with this. Comes in and lands 5 quick punches, and then lands a nice straight left hand. Mena with a left hand exchange that misses. Boy, Rodriguez is just lighting him up so far. Punches and bunches, landing leg kicks. He's doing everything he can so far. There's 2 jabs that misses, though, as he goes for the body shot. Comes forward, and the 2 fighters exchange strikes. Counter jab doesn't connect, though. Rodriguez attacking with intent again. Scores with a flurry of 3 punches. 3 for 3 on strikes. Past the halfway point in the round. Can't hit the sub strike. Scores the left cross. Yeah, Rodriguez doing a very, very good job so far. There's 3 quick punches, and then scores the left cross that lands hard. Starting to trade some blows now as Rodriguez does a left-hand exchange. Yeah, Rodriguez has probably landed 70% of his strikes the way this is going. There's 2 kind of left hands from Mena. Now Rodriguez misses the 1-2. Mena's starting to push the pace, but he just runs right into more punches. And there's a flurry of quick 4 punches, and then lands the straight left afterwards. Boy, there's a left cross, after the jab misses. Yeah, D-Rod wins that round. My God, they had about 29 strikes in that first round. It's brutal. Brutal. Exchange strikes doesn't produce any damage, though. Neither fighter can land a significant blow, though. We're at least circling his opponent now, looking for the exchange of opening that he needs. But Rodriguez, though, good hand speed. 2 of the 3 punches land. Evades the big left, though. Now Rodriguez is starting to slow down. Mena misses the right cross. Here comes a counter. It's a quick jab and a left hook from Rodriguez that lands. Hasn't rocked him yet, but he's done a very, very good job as far as outstriking him so far. Yeah, Alberto Mena is in a little bit over his head so far. 4 of them finding his home, then catches Mina with a low kick to the front leg. Mina, again, just landing all of his strikes. This is unreal. Come together and strike. There's a jab. Misses the right hook, though. Manages to connect with only one punch with a flurry. Then lands a leg kick now. Lands 2 jabs. Fails on the hook to the body. Off target with a jab. Connects clean with a right hand, though. This Alberto Mina. But again, Rodriguez just fucking landing a flurry of punches. 5 punches. Then lands the left hand. Hits the left cross, too. I mean, another 20-some punch round. It's like 40-10 on strikes. It's crazy. Yeah, D-Rod again. Up 2018 on the scorecard. Alberto Mina needs to finish, and I just don't think it's going to happen. We'll see, though. There's a beautiful left uppercut to start off the round. Knocks him down. Look at the finish of the fight here in the third. And I believe he does. Yamasaki does jump in to stop the fight. D-Rod wins it in the third. What a performance. What a fight. Jesus Christ. As, yeah, he puts everybody at 170 on notice with that one. You're going to have to be a hell of a striker to stand with him. That's for sure. D-Rod, though, thanks ever connected to Finney Hit Squad, having him bear for the fight, and also sponsors for supporting him financially. Gives a short respect to his opponent, though, does D-Rod, as Gabriel Benitez taking on the Dongbi Tiger, Wan Young, as this is I think it's going to be a hell of a fight, though. I think they stylistically match up well. Both 5'9", obviously both weighed in at 145. I mean, 21-1 record is pretty crazy, obviously, from the Chinese native. This is going to be a very, very good fight. I just got to feel it. Mark Goddard's referee. Cage side judges there. Here we go. They touch gloves. Wang is pushing the fight. There's a kind of left hand from Benitez. Well, there's a good right roundhouse kick to the body, though, from Wang after the setup jab misses. Wang misses the spin kick. It's kind of a right hook. Yeah, I mean, Benavidez, he's got the Mexican boxing is just so superior. I mean, there's so many great Mexican boxers, and you're seeing it here from Benitez. Has a great stand-up game. But he misses, though, with this big right hand. Here comes a jab and a right hook. Off the counter, left kick to the rib cage there. There's a jab and a right cross from Wang. Left jab, though. Does connect, though, with the right hand to the body from Benitez. There's a quick head kick. Rocks him with that head kick. And does another vicious head kick to knock him down. Looking to finish the fight here in the first. Somehow Benitez, as far as is able to weather the storm. Looking for a knee bar. Doesn't get it, though. That'd been crazy. Looking at the transition. Looking for the arm triangle now from side control. Doesn't get that either. Fucking Wang Young is not fucking around here in this first round. Went for a lot of submissions already. Obviously won the round thanks to the knockdown, but also, I mean, went for the finish on the ground. Yeah, this is a great round for Wan Yang. He's looking to get exactly that same type of output in the second. As Wang attacks with strikes, there's a left hand from Benitez. There's a jab and a straight right that lands hard. God damn, Wan Yang is a fucking savage as he's pressuring him now. Counter jab from Benitez. Flurry of 3 punches. Scores the right roundhouse kick to the body. Wan Yang, though, with a left jab. Catches him with a hard low kick to the front leg. Another fucking head kick, though. Jesus Christ. Rocks him with that one. And he knocks him out cold with the huge right hand. I mean, again, for the featherweights at 145, I know it's a deep division, but at 21-1-1, he is an absolute force in there. Boy, oh boy, as what a great prelim this has been, though. This has been awesome. As giving thanks, as Wan Yang praises his team and American Top Team is very responsible. All the fans that come and support him. Got to overcome the odds being such an underdog. Helped to motivate him as far as he gave a good performance, engaging with the crowd, make himself look great out there. Yeah, now onto the main card. We'll see if they can follow that momentum, though, as Dmitry Szynski taking on the Irish car bomb Todd Duffy. Minus 400 favorite, or 480 rather, excuse me, is AKA for Todd Duffy. It's 265, a fucking house in there. Mark Goddard's the referee. Cage side judges there. Yeah, I mean, giving up at least 25 pounds is Dmitry Szynski, but we'll see how he does, though. The Sambo background might be able to help him when they're in the clinch, but I just think Todd Duffy's striking-wise is going to be too much for him. There's a jab, though, from Szynski, 1-2. Szynski was equal to it. Counter jab, though, from Szynski. Doing a good job so far. Todd Duffy, though, still pushing forward. It's getting caught with some counter left hands. 2 left jabs and then crunching right hook. So now finally Duffy's able to land something bobbing out of the way of a jab. Moves it out of the pocket now. See what he can do. There's a jab. Misses the right hook from Szynski. There's a nice right hook from Duffy now. Jab in the exchange from Szynski. Duffy moving forward. Counter left hand again from Szynski. Doing a pretty good job countering so far. Still landing some shots, though, is Todd Duffy. Counter left hand. Force a strike exchange. There's a counter jab again. There's a 1-2 that manages to avoid both of them. Minute left here. See a few gulps of breath now. Trying to trade the leather. Neither fighter can really land anything, though. So Szynski, though, with the counter, as it's a jab and a right hook that's avoid the last possible second. And scores with a great right hook after missing with abrasive jabs. There's a wicked right uppercut at the end of the round. He knocked him down. How about that? What a fucking comeback for Dmitry Szynski, though. He definitely won the round. To have a big uppercut right at the end of the first. Unreal. Unreal. As what a fucking... Yeah, he's a little dazed there after that uppercut. Caught him right at the perfect time, right at the end of the round. Duffy misses the right hook, gets kind of a quick jab at a leg kick. Dmitry Szynski showing Todd Duffy, listen, you have been out a long-ass time. We are ready to make it 12-0 here. As there's a jab, can't hit the right cross. Todd Duffy misses the big right hand. Here comes another counter. It's a left jab and a right cross. There's a powerful straight right, though, from Todd Duffy as he slips past the right hook and lands cleanly with that one. He knocks him out cold. Thought we had a comeback story there for Dmitry Szynski, but what a great comeback in the second as Todd Duffy making it his 10th win of his career. Man still got some fucking power, that is for sure. Gives the name tricked over an AKA. All of his favorite sponsors, all of his friends, famous sports, praises Szynski for the tough fight, though. That was a tough fight. Caught him at the end of the first, and we'll see how Chaos Williams does, the Ox fighter. He's got a hell of a fight, though, on his hands here, though. We've seen all the guys who've made their debut win so far in some exciting fashion. Can we see another one here in Chaos Williams? Listen, Abdul is a savage in there, but I just don't think he's got what it takes to take on Chaos Williams. I just don't see it. We'll see. Herb Dean's our referee, though. Cage side judges. Here we go. We're underway. Two combatants meet in the center. They start to strike. I don't think we've seen somebody even go for a fucking double leg takedown. This has just been a stand-up affair. There's a nice spin kick, though. There's a pair of jabs followed by a right hand. Left hand from both guys. There's a countering the right hand with a left hand is Chaos Williams. I'm loving the southpaw strike. So there's a 5-punch combination from Chaos Williams. Ends with a right cross. Powerful straight right, though, from Abdul as he rocks him and he knocks him down. Look at the finish of the fight here. It looks like he has. Unreal. Listen. I'm not surprised, but also at the same time, it sucks to see Chaos Williams lose that one just because I love Chaos Williams. But man, that's a hell of a fight, though. Listen, Abdul is a savage at 170. He's got some fucking power, for sure. When you can knock somebody out like Chaos Williams, that is massive. What a great first round finish, though. And what a fight, though, for both guys. And another upset. This has been a crazy-ass card. As, giving thanks, Abdul Razak Al-Hassan. Al-Hassan, rather. Jesus, says Abdul Razak Al-Hassan. Praising his team at Team Takedown, his favorite sponsor of fans care to support him. After causing such a big upset, though, Abdul Razak Al-Hassan says that being labeled a heavy underdog hurt his pride and helped him spur on the fight. It's a hell of a fight, though. Yeah, this should be no different, though. Drew Dober taking on Bobby King Green. Can Bobby Green get this win here? He is a minus 580 favorite. Both guys had a lot of fights, though, under their belts. So 22-9-1, 24-10-1. Inland Empire, California. For the veteran. This is going to be a good fight. Now, this is going to be a hell of a fight night, man. Mark Goddard's a referee. Dober gets a big cheer, though. He's from we are in Nebraska. So this is a big-time fight for the hometown kid and Drew Dober. And so they touch gloves. Start to trade blows. Neither fighter can really land anything. Same thing again. 2 counter left hands from Bobby Green. 3 combination fails for Bobby Green. Now he misses the right hook. It's counter with a solid left hand. He's doing a pretty good job so far. Exchange strikes doesn't go anywhere with it, though. Then together and strike. Dodges the left hand. Counter attacks with a jab and a low kick. Right hand on the jab. Left hand digging on the gloves. Misses the left jab. Connects clean with the right hand, though, is Bobby Green. Pretty good stuff so far. Again, no one even trying for a double leg takedown. So a leg kick from Dober. Jab from Bobby Green doesn't connect on his low kick either. That's a pretty quick first round. Not a whole lot happening there. Kind of unfortunate because this should be a fun-ass fight. See if they can pick it up here in the second. As misses the high kick, leaves us open for a counter, and then a great right cross from Bobby Green. There's a powerful left head kick though off the counter, and he knocks down Bobby Green. Might finish him here. Able to rock him here with a couple of left hands. Somehow is able to keep his cool though and posture up and make him off balance. And there's a scramble. And now Bobby Green's in control. And north-south. See what he can do. Looking for the north-south choke. Couldn't get it though, and it's a scramble. Looking for mount now. Oh God. Rolls away and now gives up his back instead. If he gets the rear naked choke here, looking for the both hooks in. If he can get both hooks in, this might be it. Landing several clean shots though in the process. Still looking for that rear naked choke. He's got to get the hooks in. Trying for it, he can't do it. Looking for it again, not going to get it. Doesn't budge him though. What a comeback for Bobby Green though. Was in big trouble there, but was able to make something out of that second round. Kind of crazy though they're going to give that to Bobby Green. I know he did a lot, but I mean the man did knock him down. So I'm going to go with damage. I'm going to go with Drew Dober. I think it's all tied up 19-19 going into the fucking third. We'll see. We'll see. As both fighters step in looking to strike. There's a right cross that doesn't hit. There's a left cross from Dober doesn't hit. Two counter left hands from Bobby Green. 1-2. Green was equal to it, though. Now, Drew Dober's starting to breathe a little heavier. Green might be looking to get some grappling started, but again, just the striking display, this entire fight card, has been awesome. There's a left hand from Green. Crunching kick to the thigh from Drew Dober. As he misses the body kick, and here comes Dober with another kick to the thigh. These thigh kicks are probably fucking up Bobby Green for sure. There's a nice left hand from Bobby Green. He's starting to slow down. Green's definitely limping now from these thigh kicks. There's a clean right hand off the counter. I think he did enough, man. He's doing a very good job here in the third. There's a 1-2. There's a left jab and a right cross from Bobby Green. But he's just limping so much that you just figured he's not going to be able to do enough off of damage. Plus, I'd like to give it to the guy who actually had a knockdown this fight to get the win. And clinches it up with him. This Drew Dober. Bobby Green, some dirty boxing. That ends out the third and final round. They're going to give it 10-9 Bobby Green. I think there's going to be some controversy here. Judges give it 30-27 and 29-28 to Bobby Green. How in the fuck do you give a 30-27 round to a guy who knocked him down? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Unreal. Crazy off the entire fight, though. I mean, it's a lot closer, but I don't know why he did not go with the hooks a lot sooner in the second. He probably would have been able to win that fight off of the second. Unreal, though. Crazy, because I thought he lost the third, too. I guess he did outland him, but I just felt like he did a lot more. And Drew Dober. That's a tough loss. Honestly, I think there was some controversy in that one. All three judges scored that, too, for Bobby Green. Unreal. Gives a name check to everyone RVCA. It's tough, because I love Bobby Green, but that was Drew Dober's fight. That is tough. Praise him for the tough fight, though. As our co-main event, though, Diego the Nightmare Sanchez taking on Claudio Monera Henrique de Silva. As Claudio Henrique de Silva coming in as the underdog, which hasn't stopped a lot of guys tonight, or girls, and for that matter, for Benitez, as she won obviously as the underdog. But that was kind of surprising. She was such a favored as far as someone that was backed as a heavy underdog. I just don't get it. But this is a good fight, though. I think this is the one I'm kind of nervous about, though, at the same time, because I don't know if Diego's going to be able to really withstand the storm that's about to come from Claudio Enrique de Silva as far as on the ground. But we'll see, though. We'll see. Diego Sanchez, I mean, obviously in the past, he was someone that had a big battery, was able to really push the pace and get a lot of guys in the deep water and push a pretty high pace. Even at 38, he still is in incredible shape, but I don't see it, though. Herb Bean's a referee, though. Cage side judges, here we go. They touch gloves. Stand and treatment, neither fighter can lay anything damaging. Again, neither fighter really can get anything damaging. As Sanchez, though, with a jab and a head kick. How about that? From Diego Sanchez. Scores with a jab, left hooks blocked. I mean, is no one going to have a takedown here? This is awesome. There's two quick punches and a nice uppercut. Got him rocked against the cage here. Let's see what he's got. Another right uppercut. Nails him in a fucking right hand, rather. Snaps his head back. Herb Dean's going to stop the fight there in the first. What a fucking win for Diego Sanchez in the first round. 30-12. He gets his big 30 win. Love it. What a fucking card this has been. This has been unreal. As giving thanks, Diego Sanchez praised his team at K Dojo, Warrior Tribe, his various sponsors, all of his fans that came and support him. As they names a local club, he's heading there for a post-fight victory. But yeah, just Diego Sanchez insane. If there's going to be a guy to take somebody down, it would be Glover Teixeira, though. But Anthony Smith, maybe he'll catch him. Who knows? This is going to be a fun-ass fight, though. This has been an incredible card. This has been a fight night to remember. This has been probably one of the best cards we've ever had so far, to be honest. Just early on this day, 11 shows in, but this has been unreal. Mark Goddard's our referee. Cage side judges. Glover Teixeira, though, he weighed in at 205, but he's probably fighting around 215, maybe even 220. Anthony Smith, though, the Nebraska native. We'll see if he can not get robbed like Drew Dober did. As far as maybe we'll see a Nebraska native get the big win here in the main event. Smith throws a punch, but Teixeira avoids it, though. There's a chance to shoot in on Smith as Teixeira gets the takedown. There we go. We finally get one. It took fucking about 10 fights, but we got it. He applies a double unhook, though. Teixeira is keeping caught from being launching the attacks. From the bottom here is Anthony Smith doing a good job. Trying to pass guard, though, get a better position. And it's a scramble for Anthony Smith. Ends up on the bottom, though. Inside controls Glover Teixeira. Then get the half guard here. Look at his leg free and get better positioning. It's a scramble again. Teixeira scrambles to his feet first, as Smith immediately drives him against the cage. Got him with a nice short uppercut against the cage here. Some dirty boxing now. Teixeira using his wrestling, though, to stop all of that. But Teixeira's still trapped against the cage. You think punished with some dirty boxing, though, as this has been awesome. There's a few quick punches from Glover Teixeira to the side of the head. That's the end of the first. Pretty good round. Pretty solid stuff. I mean, Anthony Smith did a pretty good job once he got standing and got him up against the cage. Obviously, Teixeira had the takedown. Did a pretty good job as far as passing-wise. I don't mind the 10-9. It's pretty close, though. Pretty close. Don't mind the 10-9 for Teixeira. Could go either way, though. Jab is wide. Hits Smith with a straight right, though. Looking for the takedown is Anthony Smith. Doesn't get it, though. Got him against the cage here. Looking for the takedown. Now he's got him against the cage. Still can't get him down. How about that? Glover Teixeira doing a very, very good job. Now looking to go down and go take out both legs. Still can't take him down. Jesus Christ. Looking for the trip now. Jeez, that Glover Teixeira is a savage. Finally, Smith gets him down. Side control now. Looking to move guard and get Smith. Maybe something going here. Nope, still a couple punches of the body now. Just keeps him in side control. Looking for mount. Keeps him from getting mount. Just hanging on is Glover Teixeira. Well, tough round for Glover Teixeira there. Obviously, a 10-9 round for Anthony Smith is 19-19. Or you have it up 20-18, Anthony Smith, if you gave him the first. Teixeira throws a punch. Smith avoids it. Both fighters go toe-to-toe. Strikes. Neither fighter really land anything. A couple of weak left hands. Barely registered, though, from Anthony Smith. It sucks that this main event's kind of flopping a little bit, but there's still some time to get rocking and rolling here. Looking to unleash some strikes here. As the left jab misses the big right hand. Smith is starting to breathe a little heavier, though. That is not good. We're not even into the championship rounds. As a 1-2 from Teixeira fails to land. There's a chance to shoot in on Teixeira. It's a great sprawl, though, from Teixeira. And ends up stuffing the takedown. There's a Kenneth, the step left jab. Hits him with a crunching right hook, though. Now Glover Teixeira starting to get into the lower reaches of his gas tank already. Teixeira again. His takedown defense has been unreal. Not going down. He's got him against the cage. Another trip takedown. This time he takes him down. He's got his back, too. Got the body triangle. This might be it for Glover Teixeira. And it is Anthony Smith who wins it in the third with the rear naked choke. What a win for Lionheart. He might, in fact, get another title fight. How about that? But yeah, what a win for Anthony Smith. Now he wants to take on Thiago Santos. Not a bad idea. As Anthony Smith gives a name check to everyone at Factory X Muay Thai, obviously responsible to all of his fans, family, and supporters. That's who we'd like to face next. Yeah, the Thiago Santos call out. And man, what a card, though. I'm surprised that critical rating was only 73, to be honest. Every single fight was pretty awesome. Even this decent one with Sergey Spivak and Justin Ledet. That was still a very, very fun fight. But yeah, I mean, that was a lot of first round finishes. A lot of finishes in general. There's only 2 decisions the entire card. That was awesome. That was exactly what we needed. Crazy we didn't gain a lot more popularity there. But, yeah, I mean, as far as who I'd like to... Honestly, performance bonus for Drew Dober. He got robbed. We'll give one to Abdul as well. We'll give one to Babita and Wan Yang for their upsets. Jamal Hill for his comeback. Actually, both guys are getting a performance bonus. We're getting a lot of bonuses for this one. I mean, I think a lot of guys deserved it. Plus 200. Wow, a lot of guys didn't make a whole lot of money. The only one guy made 6 figures in Diego Sanchez. That's tough. That's big tough. But hey, I'm glad a lot of guys made over 50K at least. Indiana, Belbita made it as well, obviously. Yeah, Bobby Green only making 33,000. That's tough. D-Rod only 650. Tough, 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 tough. Wish they were making a little bit more. And they had the Bellator card, Bellator 241. Good luck topping that, you fuckers. That was a hell of a fight night. That was a really, really fun card. And boy, do we have an all-timer, though, lined up for the next card. Pay-per-view, of course. Ferguson, Khabib, it's finally happening. Unless something fucking terrible happens within the next week. Or if somebody misses weight or something, Jesus. I mean, I would be just devastated if that's the case. Ferguson, Khabib, it's finally happening. I can't wait. Cannot wait for it. Should be an exciting card, to say the least. It's always nice to have pay-per-views like that, but to have a big-ass main event like that, and especially following this momentum of this Fight Night card, this should be a banger of an episode here for episode 12. But episode 11, though, that was definitely one to remember. A lot of fun fights, some fun upsets. This was, just a complete display of striking was on display there for that entire card. Really, really fun to see. And we'll catch you guys next time for Ferguson and Khabib. Take care, everyone.